So a little bit about myself is my name is Elle Banks, and I started on this journey in 2019 for my coaching certification. And I do have a business. My website is Elle Banks Coaching. So my primary focus is leadership and wellness coaching. I feel that they go hand in hand. I have an extensive background in business as well as an extensive background in fitness as well. So I really see both worlds coupled together, and I don't feel that you can coach somebody in a silo professionally without knowing what's going on a little bit more in their personal life, and that's where my results have been. So what brought me to ICG is that I had I had earned my 60 hours in 2019, and at that point, credentialing was a little bit different. There wasn't such a thing as a level 1. It was basically you do your 60 hours. But I realized after deciding that I wanted to be a coach full-time, that it's a pretty crowded market. And I wanted to differentiate myself from the other coaches that I saw that people were just saying, hey, I'm a coach and you can make X amount of dollars working with me, or your teams will be successful. I didn't feel like there was a lot of meat behind what they were saying. And I found that through my own research that it was really important to have the ICF credential. I looked back at the organization that I had originally went to, and they weren't offering what I needed. As far as I knew, I wanted to do mentor coaching piece. I knew that I wanted to do a prep for the exam. It had been some time, and I remember my initial exam, and it was pretty extensive, but nothing like the ICF. So coaching out of the box was recommended to me by a colleague of mine who is also on her way to be a PCC. And I'm really glad that she did, because it was a perfect fit. The times are really convenient for whenever I wanted to be able to take classes. Some of my classes started relatively early, Mountain Central Time. It started at 7:30 in the morning, but other people, they were at 6:30 in the morning, so I felt okay about that. But it was a really nice balance and fit in nicely with my schedule. So I'm glad that it was recommended to me. The piece of the course that I enjoyed the most was really working with my my mentor coach, with Susan. She was fantastic. It was really nice to be on the other side of coaching, especially being coached by an MCC. And I don't know her very well. I didn't know her very well when we first started at all. You had recommended her to me, and it was such a blessing that I was able to work with her. I learned so much from her, just sitting down together, watching my coaching sessions and getting her feedback on it. And she was really the missing link that I needed, the piece to build that confidence, to know that I could do the coaching submission and nail it. And I definitely, just without her encouragement, I probably would still be fumbling around and trying to do it. But she was wonderful and gave me a lot of very, very valuable tips for that, but also in my practice as well, and working with my clients. So definitely took a lot away from my experience with her. As far as what stands out to me about what I learned, really I refined my coaching because of it. Doing the one-on-one sessions and also just peer-to-peer coaching, getting that type of practice, I realized that I could be much more succinct with what I was saying and better questions, as opposed to paraphrasing what I just heard to show that I listened or that I heard somebody. Really getting nailing it down and drilling it down to be much more efficient with economy of words, that I didn't realize was how to take your coaching skills up to the next level. So that was definitely a huge aha for me, that changed everything for me across the board. What would I say to a new coach coming into the program? I would say stick with it. It's worth it. I would say be open to the experience, because you're going to learn a lot about yourself. This isn't a place to take your ego and this is the way it should be done. I'd say always have a curious mindset about wanting to learn, or wanting to get better, or wanting to be different. I mean, that's one thing that was said over and over again, is just that being a good coach is about learning. It's about changing. It's about cultivating different skills. And I think having an open disposition and an open mind, and continuing to be curious about the process. It can be frustrating, it can be really overwhelming, but I think if you always have that learning mindset throughout the process, it'll definitely see you through and be your North Star as you go through the process. So right now I'm focusing my attention on leadership development, career development, working as an internal coach or for an organization that works with a company per se. I really have enjoyed that exposure through coaching out of the box of seeing the other side. Before it was more of the one-on-one personal wellness and health and wellness and things of that nature practice of what I was doing, but I'm really enjoying working with different clients that have issues maybe within their company, or maybe they're transitioning to a different role, or maybe they're transitioning out to a different career. And I really, really love that sweet spot of just getting people to think about it and really just to look at it from a different perspective. I mean, there's more than one way to look at things, and I really like being on that journey is exciting for me. So my ideal client would be somebody that's open to change and open to the work that comes along with it, because my job is just to help. My job is to assist. My job is not to say to be a consultant and this is what you do. My job is to really help people tap into the answers that they already have. And I could talk about it for hours because I love it. It's exciting to me. I love to see the growth in somebody else because that makes me grow as well. And I just enjoy that energy. I think the one thing that I really appreciate about coaching out of the box, and that I would encourage somebody if they're new to the organization, but to really take advantage of that peer-to-peer coaching that's available. It's for me, it was available 4 days a week, and I really learned a lot about coaching somebody else and also what it's like to be coached. And that was really insightful to me to be like, I wish they would have asked me this question, or maybe I wish they were a little bit quieter about that. And I feel that you don't really know that until you're on the other side of it. And it had been a while since I was on the other side of it. So I feel that that's just a huge, valuable resource, and it's free. So why not take advantage of it? It's part of the curriculum. So I just thought that was of everything. There were so many gems along the way, but I would say that was my biggest gem. And I've been able to make some great contacts with people that I'm able to still, even though I'm out of the program, still be able to be in touch with them, which I'm grateful for. And it was because of having that space, that safe space where we could ask each other questions and coach each other. So that was really, I really, really appreciated that. Yeah, we'll have a website, and I'd be happy to share the link for that. It's lbankscoaching.com, and on there, that's all my contact information. The best thing to do is just to fill out a form that's at the end that says that you'd like to have some information, and then it would be a free consultation and see that to see what your interest is, or to see what somebody is interested in, and also to make sure that we're a good fit for one another. You want to make sure, for anybody out there that's going to get a coach or that's looking for a coach, you want to make sure that it's a good chemistry. You want to make sure that that person understands what your goals are, and that you feel that they are the person for you to achieve those goals. So that's the best way to reach me, and that's the way that I work and operate. So